Hello everybody and a very good morning. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Welcome to the start of a brand new week. Hope you had a brilliant weekend and you're ready and raring to go. Hot enough for you today, is it? Warm enough? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. We've got all the fans going in here. It's going to be a hot and steamy one. And let me just tell you, the deals are going to be hot in here today as well, because we've got a great day lined up for you. Another brand new launch coming your way, which, yes, producer Johnny, is going to be absolutely scorchio. So super hot and scorchio that what we've done is not yet put this deal live. And I'll tell you the reason behind that. We had so many launches last week where people were jumping in early. Things were flying off the shelves before we even got into the actual shows themselves. They were launching like a couple of days before, and like the majority of the stock was obliterated. So what we're going to do with our brand new launch today, the Winter Floral Decoupage Stamp and Die Collection, we are going to set that live very, very shortly indeed. I will give you the heads up when that is live, and then you can go for it. Because if I'm being honest with you, we don't have a huge amount of stock on it for what is going to be a launch day. So it will be a case of first come, first serve. And as soon as it does go live, I will let you know, and you will want to grab it. Believe you me, we're going to look at some finished projects in just a few moments' time. But launch day coming up at 2 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern. That's the official launch. And then a little bit later on, we've got some cracking deals coming your way on Monday Makers from 6 o'clock. That is 1 p.m. Eastern. Oh yes, and we've got also, must just mention, a craft ambassador on Monday Makers as well. So we'll be crowning a brand new ambassador on that show a little bit later on. We'll give you all the details as to how you can get involved and become a crafty ambassador too. It's not just me on my own today here in the studio, sharing the warmth that we have here, both our warmth for you and just the general warmth, it being about 30 degrees today. It is the lovely Jan Brown. How are you?
I am good, thank you very much. Yeah, we're just sort of taking it as it comes and trying to chill a little bit, aren't we? But we've had all the fans blowing, we've had the extractors on. And,
ice cubes down the top.
Yeah, it's just, when I think about it, and I've read a load of articles over the weekend about it, and I just think, some of you guys deal with these temperatures all along, but we're not used to it, are we? We're a little bit sort of feeble in that respect, and we're not used to it, so when it does get warm, we don't know what to do with ourselves.
It's only 2 days, isn't it? Today and tomorrow, so all we've got to cope with.
So we're just going to make the best of it. We're going to have some fun today, aren't we? And I can't wait for this launch, Ben, honestly. There are some beautiful, beautiful samples. So Winter Florals, we've called it. There are some Christmas wording in there. There are some winter wording in there. And it's based around the shaped word, the decoupage, and honestly, we're going to give you all the tools you need. And whereas you think, oh, I'm not sure about that, Jan, when you see these put together, they are so simple. They really are. We've given you everything you need to do. Whether you want to use them on a card, whether you actually want to make them as a little shape card, I think these are gorgeous. And I just think, add a little name on the front of here. Nice little place cards for your Christmas table, wouldn't they? Would be beautiful. But again, using them as a card front, we're going to actually do a scrapbook page later in the launch day using the word joy. But the decoupage that comes with them could be used independently. It doesn't have to be used with the actual collection. And again, just showing you how those words actually make the little shape card. So you've got the back and the front.
Look at
exactly the same. But the decoupage, if I just tip it, you've got lots and lots of layers to work with, whether you choose your foam pads or whether you go down the route of the 3D gel. And then later on Monday Makers, we're going to bring to you, and I'm going to demo some of these this morning. We've got those gorgeous swing cards, which again, if you like cards with movement, we've decorated the front of this one, but just wait for that wow factor.
Swing.
Inside, you're going to get that lovely sort of swapping over there. That one's not, there we go.
Oh, there we are.
There it is. Yep. Brilliant. So we've got hexagons, we've got circles, we've got butterflies. Look at that one. Ooh. Beautiful. Decorate the back and the front of them, and you've got that lovely kinetic element in there. So we're going to start off with these to show you a little teaser of those. We've also got the, I love these, lattice folding on there. Yeah, just make sure it's the right way up for you. So you've got that lovely chevron there. So just folding back just makes a really sort of distinct pattern. Again, whether you want to pop them on something like a Z fold card, beautiful across there. That's that double diamond. And then we've got circles. There are more of these as well. I've just picked a few out to show you this morning. And then last but not least, we've got some stamp and border dies, and these are really pretty too. So you've got a shaped border, but then the stamp is also curved to fit along those borders. So again, popping it on a Z fold, popping it down the side of a card there. Really, really nice. I'm going to show you throughout the day how to demo, how to work with all of these, and hopefully way, we can get some nice samples made.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a jam-packed day. I am sure of it. I think the thing is to say, you know what, if you can stay indoors safe, you've got aircon as well. I mean, that's the place to be, isn't it? Stay in and watch us and enjoy all of the shows. We'll show you where we're going to start off with those swing card dies. 4-piece collection, 16 dies in total. I want to say this is the first time I've had these live in a show. I don't think I've seen it before. You've got a big saving on these as well. Officially coming away in Monday Makers a little bit later on, but you're saving, what, £10.46 or $12 on those, £33.20 or $38.24 for that full set, where you get that glorious hexagon, you get the heart, the circle and the butterfly in there too. £33.20 if you're platinum today, or $38.24. As I say, I know a lot of you getting very excited about our launch. That will go live very shortly, and I'll give you the full details on that. Don't look at it, you can't have it yet. It will be a case of first come, first served when that does go live. When it does go live, you'll hear me, I promise you. We will say hello to a few people and then we'll get cracking. We've got Radical Rachel on the socials today. How hot is it where you are? I want to know, particularly in the UK as well, because it is warm today. I think, what did you say it was down on the web? 27 here.
At 8 o'clock this morning, it was 27 degrees already.
Right.
We've got about 32, 33 forecast for home today.
Okay.
Little bit cooler here, but only by a couple of degrees, I think.
We've got 25 currently in the minute. Can you beat that where you are? Lynn Harvey says, hi Ben, Jan, the CTV team, the social superstar and everyone. We've got Johnny and George in the gallery today. Hello, whoop, whoop. That's what we got. Betty's in from Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. 105 today. We looked that up. That's 40.5 degrees. Wow. That is warm. They're saying that potentially here in the UK we could get our hottest day on record ever over the next 2. Barbara Culpepper is in from Southern California. Stephen says, good morning everyone from a very hot and sunny Andover. 33 degrees plus. Right now, already. Bethan says, good morning, Ben, Jan, all the CTV team and all my fellow crafters. Hope you're all safe. Alison says, hi from a very hot Chester. It's 28 in Chester, rising to 36 at 2.
Wow.
Which is 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Just in time for launch day, so stay inside, get the fans on, you'll be ready for that. Sarah Brown joins us from Melbourne. It's 8 o'clock, she says, I'm on my couch with the heater on. With a heater? Oh yeah, of course, it's winter in Australia,
they're opposite seasons, aren't they? Yeah.
That's so weird.
It's weird, isn't it? Absolutely. So weird.
Lisa's in from Massachusetts. That is true, Johnny. We're doing Christmas in July. How weird is that? Gamma 5203 says, good morning from Dallas, Texas. Going to be 108 later today. 108. Panda Crust says, yes, hot, hot, hot. Be careful, everyone. 30 degrees already in Doncaster, going up to 38 this afternoon. Kieran says 33 in Brighton. Sharon, later I think in Brighton. Sharon Suckling's in Padstow. I love Padstow in Cornwall. 31 there. Yeah. And Caroline, completely opposite end of the UK, Edinburgh, 26. So it's warm, warm, warm.
Some really record-breaking temperatures, I think, aren't there, over the next couple of days?
It is going to be record-breaking.
People are going berserk.
I know, they are. Yeah, they can't believe it. 2 days where it gets warm. Seriously.
That's summer. Enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. 2 days. Woohoo! I'll be getting my shorts on later on. Don't you worry about that. We are ready to go. We're going to start with these. We're going to start with these swing cards. I didn't want to wear my shorts for the start because no one wants to see my airy legs when we're sat down. So I'm going to get the shorts on later on, and then that'll be everybody because Johnny and George are in their shorts. I
can actually put out there that I don't have my shorts on.
No,
I've got my nice sort of floaty. I can't lift it up. I'm not lifting my leg up. I've got my nice floaty skirt on. So and I've got the fan behind me. So I've got airflow going. I'm good.
It's all good. It's all good. We're ready to go. And Christine Mahoney says, I'm ready for a Jan-packed day. It is going to be jam-packed.
Christine, it's good to see you.
Shall we have a look at these swing cards with you, Jan?
Shall we have a look at them? Yep. Okie doke. So these are a really neat little idea. I love these. And you can make them sort of with one. The one that I showed you earlier has got the one swing element on. So if I just come back to this one for you, you can see that we've cut into the card and we've just got that one swing element in. But I thought we'd start off with a double this morning. So I'm actually going to bring this one in and you can see that all I've done is cut it at either side. So I've got one at the top and then I've reversed the die to cut it the other side and we've got that lovely mechanism there where you've got, if you like cards with movement in, and when you see how this is done, it is so simple. So I've taken the circle swing. There are different shapes that we can use, but I'm going to go with the circle to start off with. And you actually get the concept element, which is this piece, looks like this. So you can see if I bring that card back in here, you can see where this has been laid onto the cardstock and created that shape. And then all we've done is literally inverted it, and we're going to go at the other side. So we're going to cut that first. And what it does is it puts score lines in these sort of tracks, but it cuts the shape element for the swing. So that's where we're going to start. And then you've also got sets of matting and layering dies. There are 3 different ones in here. You've got a plain circle in there, and then you've got that lovely decorated circle with the little pieces taken out of it, and then a little scalloped one, which all layer up beautifully then to give you that central point. So we'll play with those in a little while, but I want to do this bit first. Now, on the reverse of here, there's a little bit of information, and it shows you in picture format to make the basic card. It tells you to work with a piece of 6 inch tall by 5.5 inch wide. Now that's just your basic concept. I've enlarged that a little bit. I've made it wider because we're going to do the 2 swing elements. So we're going to follow a similar principle, but it talks you through where to place the dies, pop them through your machine, then to pop them in your scoreboard to add the score lines in, and to get that basic element at the end. So that comes on the back of all the packaging, so you've got that there. So what I've done, just because I wanted to make this a wee bit longer, I've got a piece here that measures 8 3/4 by 7.5. Now on the instructions it asks you to measure in 2 inches from the edge of your card, and I've done that from each edge. And then we're going to line up this section here. So the left-hand side of my die, which is all explained on those instructions here, you can see where it's positioned here, talks you through all this on the instructions. Now I'm not too worried that this is actually a little bit longer, because I can extend this score line with my scoreboard. So remember I said it was going to score down the 2 edges and cut around the circle. So we do need to hold that in place. Oops, got an extra bit there. And then we're going to invert it and do the same on the other side.
I see.
Okay, so just take a little bit of the tacky off there, because I want to, we've not actually got any waste element as such. And then I'm going to line the left-hand side of my die up with that pencil line, so that I know I've got it straight and it's in the right place to work with. And then just pop a little bit of tape on there, and we're going to pass that through our Gemini. Now the dies themselves are small enough to go through your junior and your midi, but because of the size of my project here, again you've heard me say this a lot, I tend to use the larger plates just so that I can work with those larger pieces of card. So let's, I wake you up, I'm going to say not turn my machine on then, pass that through the machine. It's going to cut into there. I just need to grab my scoreboard there as well while that's passing through there. And what that's done, it's put an impression in for me where the score lines need to be, and it's cut out that circle element. So when I show you what I mean now, we're just going to take that tape away. So again, just roll it back out of the way. And the same at this side, so that we can release that die. Or you'd have laughed on Friday when I was here, Ben. We did glue school on Friday evening, and it was that warm in here that the glue was drying before I could do anything with it. We were having great gun with the wet glue. It was literally drying on the cardstock pretty much instantly.
That must be a first.
Honestly, we were in stitches. I said, I can't even get to show you what I needed to do because it was literally just drying. Now it has just snagged my card a little bit there, but what I want to do is grab my score tool and then just line up. It has put a score line in here. So I've got score lines in here, but I just want to extend it. So again, this is where that line comes in handy on your scoreboard. The scoreboards don't come with the black line, but I always pop this in with a permanent marker, because then I can literally see exactly where I want that line to be. So I'm just going to reinforce and then extend this one down to the bottom. And then you've got another one about 3/4 of an inch further down, which again, I'm just going to line up, make sure that I've got that edge straight there, yep. And line this one up and reinforce this one and then take this one all the way down. Okay, and then what we've done is taken that same die and then invert it and work this way.
Yeah.
So this was now that edge that we were working on. Line that up with your 2-inch score line, pencil line, and cut again, and that's going to give you this sort of element. So I've run this one through earlier. I've got my piece here that's cut at this side, and then it's cut into it again at that bottom corner. So what we need to do then is the first fold near the outside edge is going to be a mounting fold, and then the second one is going to be a valley. So you're going to get that kind of little Z going on at the top, and the same at the bottom. All right, and when you push it across, you'll feel that it wants to lay flat like so. And then we're going to do the same at this time. So again, the one nearest the outside edge is a mounting fold, and then the inside one is a valley. And when you fold it right over, you're going to get that sort of nice, neat edge there. And I'm also going to turn it over and just burnish those lines at the back as well. So make sure it's folded flat. And this is now, within that folded state, we've now actually gone down to a 5 3/4 by 7 1/2. So if I was making an envelope for this, it will all fold flat into that particular
It's a nice, easy
design.
process, isn't it, again, with all the
It
instructions?
is, honestly. I mean, you could take this as far as you want. You know, if you extended it, you could put a third one in.
Yeah.
It could be a triple, you know, maybe put this one more central, and then do your last one at the bottom. You could have 3 of these. It's sort of like there's endless possibilities as long as you're working in that 2-inch framework. And then take some paper of your choice, and what I've done, I know that this is a 2-inch panel, so I've gone 1 3/4 inches, and the same at this side. Measure your central panel, and you've got your pieces here. And then what I've done is taken a pencil. Let me just grab that out of my bag. All right, so we'll work with one of them at a time. And I found the easiest way to do this is line this up where you want your mat layer to go. And I'm just working with paper on this one. I haven't put any card underneath this one. It's just a sheet of pattern paper. And then turn it over, and you'll see you've got what needs to be the aperture. So again, if you draw around here, oops, and then all I'm going to do is take my scissors. You can actually use the die again for this, but I find it just as easy to take the scissors and actually cut that element out. And you can do this for all the apertures. You just line the piece of paper up. You know, and if you're not so hot with that, use a few of your little glue dots from your tape runner just as a positioner, because they will actually rub back off again when you've finished. And then when we turn this back to the front now, you've got the piece that fits exactly with your border around it, exactly around that mat layer. If I pop this, pop some white underneath there, you can see here, look, we've got exactly the shape that follows that mat layer. So I've done that for all of the pieces. So again, we're going to do the same at this side. Turn it over, you've got the same piece here, and then the same in the middle. So when you've got this middle one in place here, just have a look at your border and make sure it's equal all the way round, and then when you turn it over, fold those pieces in, and you've got the little apertures again. So I've done that with all my pieces, and I've just been round the edge of it with a bit of ink. You know what I'm like with ink. So again, we've got 1, 2, and then 1 in the middle there. And I'm just going to mat and layer those in now with some of my Kalal all-purpose glue. If you want to use your tape pen, you could actually pop them on with the tape pen, but I just think with this being around that circle, the wet glue is just going to give me a second to sort of wriggle them into place. Is it? Well, we're not too bad yet. It was obviously, it was 7 o'clock at night by the time we got up, 6 o'clock at night.
It's like an oven in here.
And honestly, it just gets warmer as the day goes on, doesn't it? And we were just laughing because the tacky glue, I was waiting for it to go tacky, and I think it missed the tacky stage. It just dried on me. Joe was in stitches. He's like, how are you going to stick it together now? I says, honestly. So again, once we've got that in place, I can lay that down, and then with the wet glue, you can just literally wriggle that into place. Make sure from the back that that piece, we're nicely in that curve, and then let that one dry. Same at this side. So again, just that little bit. We were talking about less is more with your wet glues, not putting on too much. We're all guilty of it. I was just the same. Thought, oh, the more glue, it'll stick better. And it doesn't, it just squeezes out of the edge. So less is more with your glue.
A lot of people tend to do that, don't they? They think, oh, there's not enough on now.
It makes sense, doesn't it? More glue, it will stick better, but it doesn't. All it does is squidge out of the edges. You've heard me talk about that mayo effect. It just squidges out. So yeah, less is more, particularly with your wet ones. Obviously, if it's a dry one, it doesn't matter because it's not going to go anywhere. But with these wet glues, it will just squidge out of the side. The beauty of the all-purpose is that it does rub away if you get too much of it. So but I like the fact that you can pop that down, and then I've got just time to wriggle that, and I'm just checking these two edges here because I know I cut those to match, and then I've got that nice border all the way round. Okay, so just leave that to dry and then come back to these pieces here. So like I said, we've got 3 layers now that you can have a play with. So the first layer, I've actually cut some of these ready. I've just cut out of some sort of grey textured card to pull out the colours in here. Yeah. The second layer has got that lovely detail around the edge, which when you cut that one, you can see you get that sort of indentation in there. So that's that one being cut like so. And then the third one is just a nice little scalloped edge one. Okay, now this can be layered again on top of here. I'm going to save this one for the centre on this particular one. So they all work beautifully, and they just happen to be, as if by magic, exactly the right size to sit within your circle.
Almost like we thought about it.
So it's all been done for you. So you see what I mean about when you actually break up that process? It is very, very simple. So again, I'm going to go to my tape pen for these. And what I've done is for the 2 front ones that we're going to see, I've actually popped these on a little bit of foam to create a bit of dimension. And then I'm just going to pop these on now with my tape pen, because these are just going to stick straight onto those circle areas. So that one's raised up, and I've done a second one for that left hand side and here. So again, they're all just creating that lovely sort of nesting shape. And then because this is kinetic and it's going to move around, I'm going to do the back as well, but I've kept these flat and I've just added some little butterflies on there. Just that's going to be my decoration, and we're going to add some to the front as well. But these ones are just plain, and just so that when it flips, you've got that little bit of detail on the reverse. You could put a greeting on the reverse of there. One of the ones later on, I've put the detail on the front and then just popped a flower. You don't have to decorate the back if you don't wish. You can leave it plain. Again, there's so many different options with these. So again, that's on the back. And then the little one, I'm going to pop in the front there. So I'm going to keep that one nice and flat, just because if we want to fold this, we do need that space for it to fold flat. Does
it flip and turn so much? Because it reminds me of, do you remember when you were at school and you used to like draw on the corner of your book, and when you flick the page,
you've got the movement,
the little stick man move. I wondered if you could. It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You had slightly different,
from back to front.
Back to front, like
slightly different images. You could really, Yeah, it would look as if they're moving.
Yeah, that's really good.
So literally, when you fold it flat, you've got those butterflies there already. But the ones that are on the inside, which are the ones that are going to show when we actually stand this up, I've just done the same butterfly, but we've added a little bit of bling in there. And again, you know, any of the butterflies that you've got in your stash there. And all I'm going to do is pop some glue down the centre of these ones so that you've got that movement in the wings as well. So we're going to have one facing that way. We're going to have, he's going to go that way, so I'm going to bring this one back that way again. Okay, and then there aren't actually any sentiments in these, but again, I know we've all got stashes of sentiments, so I've just gone for have a beautiful day, and we're just going to pop, it can either go at the top, it could go at the bottom, however you wish with that one. And again, I'm just going to keep this one flat. I think on the sample I popped some foam pads underneath, but however you want it to go. I'm going to pop that one in the top there. So just by adding those extra details, you can see there that we've got that beautiful movement.
That's so clever.
And then if I bring in the one that I did at home, all I've done is just added some little decorative elements on there. Pretty much the same. And then I've added some pieces in the gap as well. You know, it's up to you whether you decorate this part, but I've just picked a little bit of pink, the same as what I cut these with, and just cut the strips to fit in here. And again, once you close it, you've got that detail on the reverse as well. So if I stand you that one up now, you can see there, we've got that beautiful double swing on the circle there.
Absolutely
really
perfect.
Pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, and loads of people commenting the same, actually, just saying how simple it was to see.
It is very simple, yeah.
Yeah, because you get, like you said, all the instructions on the back, everything that you need to create. And again, you've got that project that you've seen with Jan just there to take home with you when you pick up this collection. 10% saving on this, so everyone saves up $10.46 or $12. Platinum is $33.20 or $38.24. So pretty, you're all saying on these. Don't forget, you're going to get 4 of the different shapes. So you've got the beautiful circles here. And again, the fact that you've got those inner dies as well to be able to decorate up the swing effect on these. Use them as gorgeous little nesting dies as well. Of course, we've got butterflies in there because one of our collections would not be complete without. And again, you've got the gorgeous hexagon in there and the heart in there as well. You're saving $10.46 today or $12. If you're platinum, you get that extra 20% off, $33.20 or $38.24. Loads of chat about that last demo. Christine is saying absolutely beautiful. Lots of chat about the temperatures as well. Panda Crafts is in shorts in the garden. Talking about how warm it is, how cold is it in Australia. Sarah Brown says 7 degrees in Australia right now. Yeah.
A huge gap comparison, isn't it?
So we've got about 40 degrees we said in
warm,
Texas.
Sarah.
40.5 degrees to 7 in Australia. And Lillian Kwok, hello Lillian, says 34 degrees, and I'm going to have to close the windows because the air is wafting in like I've just opened the oven door. I can see lots of poor construction workers doing hard manual labour, and they're fully dressed in their fluorescent gear and boots, plus hard hats. I'm sure they're working hard. If they're anything like the builders that we've got on our site currently, there's normally one working and about 3 sort of standing round, sort of watching, sort of pointing, isn't there? They take it in turn. Well, what the builders on our site do, they're finishing off, we're in a new housing estate, they're finishing it off. Normally one working hard and 3 sort of going, you know, having a cup of tea and whatnot. But yes, whatever way, I would not like to be out doing manual labour with all the gear on today. No, thank you very much. Very quickly, we're going to take a short break in just a second. I've got some great deals on paper pads for you. Now, I'm delighted to say that we do still have the vintage Snowman 12x12 paper pad in. I know a lot of these flew out. We've had so many lovely launches over our Christmas in July event. A lot of the paper pads have gone, but we do still have a small amount of stock of the vintage Snowman left in. Such a beautiful collection is this. 36 sheets you're going to get, double-sided, got that real vintage nostalgic feel to it. And of course, this is the paper pad that has got not only those 12x12 designs in here, but lots of opportunity for snippability, as you're seeing in the papers here. Double-sided papers for you as well, so it makes it nice and easy for you to create those mats and layers. Love this one. This is my favourite within that collection, with those gorgeous sort of Christmas lanterns, the hanging stars, and all of the snowflakes in there on that sort of midnight blue. And then you've also got within this pad almost like your 6x6 built in, because you've got 6 sheets of this particular design built in there for you as well. So it's almost like you've got 24 different 6x6 scenes in there, if you like, and you've got that once again as we get towards the front of the pad too. But it's absolutely beautiful. If you've already bought this, this is kind of like final chance, I suppose, to jump in and grab it again if you're not quite sure that 16 or 20 odd pads was enough, because I know some people did. £11.99 or $15.96 is the deal on that one. We've also got in stock the luxury mixed cardstock from the vintage Snowman available for you as well. And again, this is 24 sheets, designed, of course, to match up beautifully with the pattern paper. So again, you're going to get in this set 6 colours, 4 sheets of each. You've got that sort of iced white in there. You've got more pearlescent as well, double-sided for you, and then all of that gorgeous glitter cardstock included too. I think actually this is probably one of my favourite glitter cardstocks that we've done. It's like
Like a champagne colour, yeah.
Colour to
it.
I
really soft
love
gold, yeah.
So you've got that in there. I mean, there's more glitter cardstock in here too. All encapsulated, of course, are glitter, so you're not going to get that all over the place when you're using it. Die cut's like an absolute dream. You've got like sort of like a midnight blue pearlescent cardstock in there as well. Of course, that's always double-sided for you. And then also you're going to get your beautiful glitter sort of Christmas red in there as well. So you're getting 6 colours, 4 sheets of each, and that is only £11.99 or $15.96 again if you are a platinum member. Snap that up. Again, a lot of you waiting for the official launch. Get ready. I will let you know as soon as that goes live. It's going to fly out of the door of our brand new winter floral decoupage set. But whilst we get ready for that and get ready to show you more demos, we'll take a short little break. Head to the checkout if you've got items in your basket, and we'll come back in just a few moments' time with more.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Buy, get yours now.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. So, join our family of craft experts with live tutorials and demonstrations every day. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products here on Crafters TV.
Just reach down my bra and take it off. No, not my bra! No, my bra!
Get creative and craft along with our amazing deals. Your next craft project is only a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week or watch on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can chat to us, craft along and meet new friends in our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
You're all our time with each other! You're not through to boot camp. Get off!
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. So, stop what you're doing and enjoy the fun here on Crafters TV.
Oh dear, welcome back. I hope you'll enjoy the new little video that we put together there. Great voiceover guy on there, I thought. They've picked a good guy to voice that. Susie T on YouTube says, I did not know that Nana Jan was on today. How exciting. Yes, she is here all day. As Christine Mahoney said earlier on, it is a Jan-packed day. I like what you did there. I'm going to use that one in future and claim it as my own. Now, we're building up to the main event. We're kind of, like you go and you see a concert, and you have like your support acts, don't you? And you're waiting for the main event that we're building the tension, ready for the main event, which is coming your way very, very soon indeed. But what a great support lineup we've got for you with the border stamp and die collection. Really lovely set this once again, and if you love to create those really gorgeous delicate borders, you know we do some fantastic dies across all of our ranges. But I like this one particularly because not only did you get the opportunity to create some of the most beautiful delicate borders, you get extra dies within each set as well to decorate up your designs further, and you get the stamps in these sets as well. And you know, whereas I suppose quite easily we could have just put any old stamps in there that you could plonk, you know, on the card anywhere you liked. I love the fact that we've actually created the stamps to work within the curvature of the cut of the die. I just think it really adds to the overall finished project that you're going to create with these. So you've got 5 different designs, or 6 I should say. First is your cute florals. This comes with a special note of thanks to you. And again, so much beautiful decorative nature that you've got within the cuts. And then you've got the 2 extra little dies there, which you can use to you know, add embellishments. You know, you can cut and pop these onto the edge if you want to do that as well. You've then got butterflies in here as well, the Bonnie butterflies. And again, so much detailing in these. You've got Hope You Have a Wonderful Birthday, which once again just flows beautifully in that cut. And you know, I suppose if you wanted to, you could swap these sayings around within the different dies as well. This one's called Love to You. Again, beautiful, just to send somebody a little bit of love with all the hearts in there, little extra hearts on there as well. Sending all my love your way is your beautiful little stamp sentiment. You kind of got ones for every occasion here once again. Stars, as we always talk about, the dancing stars, you know, perfect for celebrating. Perfect for birthdays, perfect for those masculine cards as well. I really love that sentiment that you're going to get there too. You're a superstar, says it all really, doesn't it? And that really does allow you to use that die for so many different events. This one is called your classic swirls, or classic swaddles, as our Craig would say. Oh, miss that boy. He's doing well, by the way. I know a lot of you have been following him.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he's at home now, recuperating in the garden. And if there's any time to recuperate, it's now.
I think he's ordered it especially, hasn't he?
Hasn't he?
They must have known.
And he's got the loveliest garden as well, by the way. He's kicking back, relaxing and recharging those batteries, bless him. Thinking of you is your sentiment there. And then lastly in this set, this one's really nice as well. It's called In the Foliage, which you don't see that. Normally, like, foliage sort of plays second fiddle to florals, doesn't it?
It does,
it's nice
yeah.
that it's
I
got
like
its own
that
die
one.
here.
Yeah.
You've got your final sentiment in there, which is just a little note to say. I think that's a lovely bundle. 24 elements in total there for £30.39 platinum. $38.20 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. And again, a really versatile set, this, Jan, isn't it?
They are. They're really pretty, just to add that sort of extra element. Now, I'm going to go rogue again. You know what I'm like. It's like I don't follow the rules. So although we've got the little stamp set in here, I've got the dancing stars. And like Ben says, these are actually designed, because this die is going to cut into your card, these are actually designed then to work along the edge. If I just move that little bit there, you can see that that's been created in the same shape as the flow of the die. Now, I was having a look at these and I thought, right, I'm going to sort of mix and match, because I know a lot of you like to do this. So I will show you how this system works later on this evening. I've got more demos with these in Monday Makers later on, and I will do some of the stamping to show you. But for the benefit of this particular one, I'm not going to use that, because I wanted to sort of, even though this is an everyday die, I've made it Christmassy.
Yeah.
So I've gone with a Christmas sentiment, and I think we've also got some more paper pads on the show, if I believe rightly. Have we yet, Ben?
Yeah, so say again,
We've got some more paper pads on the show.
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
yes.
we've got loads on actually. I know we've got the Frosty and Brighter one later on as well.
And I'm fairly certain this one's, and that's why I chose this one. I've got some elements from the Bethlehem paper pad as well. So I thought those teamed up with some gold glitter card here, just really, really nicely, and then a piece of craft card. So what I've done is I've cut my craft card, and I started out with a 7x6 inch card, 7x6, and then I've just cut a chunk of this away, because what I want to do, now you could easily cut this into the edge of your card, you could cut it into the back of the card, but what I actually want to do is cut it into this matte layer, so that we've got those lovely stars in the gold glitter card over the craft card underneath it to sort of highlight it. So what I'm going to do is just take that piece out to one side. Now you can see that mine's not quite as long as the die there, which is absolutely fine. It doesn't have to be. If you're going to stamp the sentiment, it would make sense to actually go the whole length of the die, which is just about 6¼ inches, because you will need the space to fit this part in. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because I'm not using that, I could afford to go just that little bit smaller. Now what we've got here, again, if you're familiar with our edgeable range, these are like an edgeable because we've got no cutting edge down this left hand side. No cutting edge round the curve here.
Yeah.
The cutting edge starts here and it goes all round that decorative edge to the other side.
Yeah.
So we're literally going to chop off that outside piece. So make sure when you place these that you've got them facing the right way, because this way round I'm going to lose a section of my card. Because remember, this is the cutting edge.
Yeah.
So I want that non-cutting edge against my card. I'm going to line the bottom edge up so that I've got all that star detailing, but I don't need all the curve on this occasion. Just looking where that widest part is and bringing that up to the edge of the card, and then I'm going to use the grid on my mat underneath just to make sure that I've got that reasonably straight, and then stick it down.
Okay.
Now because I'm cutting into glitter card, I'm going to add my metal shim into the equation just to give me that bite through the glitter card, and because it's only a small piece, I've just got my small. You don't have to use the full A4 one, but I just want something for that to cut against there. So I'm just going to pop the little one in with the big plates on top of it, and we're going to pass that through the Gemini, and just with that metal shim, because the glitter card is a coated cardstock, just gives it that extra bite and makes it easier to get all the little pieces out of the die. So that's going to cut into there. Then we're going to lay that over that piece of card so that you can see that detail through the edge of the card.
Okay.
So there we go. Let's pop that one back out now. And because we've cut against there now, we should have a beautiful cut on that side there. And the tape, we shouldn't have any problem with the tape coming away from the glitter card. Okay, so that's going to be the edge that cuts away. And again, just lift that tape, and you can see this has just come straight away. So all I'm going to do now then is take that outside edge, and just be aware, you know, that you've got lots of little die cut pieces there, so just take your time, and then just right at the bottom there, I just need to nick that last little bit.
How good
so
does that look in the glitter card?
Pardon?
I said, how good does that look?
It's really pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then again, just use my pokey tool there to take all those extra. And because we use that metal shim, it's just allowed that to go through there beautifully. Look,
those stars were made to be cut out into glitter card, I think,
beautiful,
weren't they?
Aren't they? And I'm just thinking, you know, this one would be great for using, you know, such we've got exam time up at the minute, haven't we? So, you know, anybody that's, I was speaking to my nephew last night, and he's just done his mock GCSEs here in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
And he's getting some of his results back. He was really pleased with his results so far. So, yeah, this would be a great one to celebrate kind of exam results with those stars on. I mean, obviously I'm making it look Christmassy, but I think it'd be a nice one for gents cards as well.
Absolutely right,
to move away. And the foliage one would actually be nice on a gents card, because you're moving away from those florals and the butterflies. So you can see now when we pop this one in, but we've got a very similar colour going on here. So what I've done is I've just cut a little piece of that blue from the Bethlehem collection, and I'm just now look at how well that shows out now. Beautiful.
Yeah, perfect.
So let's get that piece stuck down then. So what I want to do is pop this one with just a little border around it, and I have been round with my ink. You know what I'm like, open the glue, Jan, it works better. Yeah, I have been round my ink pad, and the Lagoon worked beautifully. Either Lagoon or Parakeet works beautifully with this collection, with those lovely turquoises in there. So this one's just going to lay straight onto the back of the card with my usual sort of 1/8 of an inch border all the way around it.
Yep.
And then on here, we're actually going to pop some dotty glue on the die cut pieces. So again, I'll do it on here so you can see where I'm at. Really nice and light, following the direction that your dies have been cut. So again, this one here, can you see how this is, if I bring my pen this way, there's a chance I'm going to lift and snag that piece. So again, turn it round and go the way that it's been cut, and then you're not going to risk damaging those die cuts there. And then the rest of it, because this is just a flat piece, I can actually put my wet glue on the back of here and stick this down.
Gotcha.
Okie doke. So again, less is more. Use your own advice, Jan. And then this one's just going to mat and layer on the inside, line up that edge there, and we've got that lovely detail there now.
Gorgeous.
And then I'm going to bring in a second piece of that blue so that we've just got this piece as an element poking out there. Now, because I'm going on to glitter card this time, I'm actually going to be very, very sparing. Those of you that were watching me on Friday said that I didn't tend to use my tacky glue on paper and cardstock. We did that demo with all the ruttling. But because it's going on to glitter card, it does actually work better as an adhesive. So I want to be very sparing, and I'm just going to put a little bit round the edge. And what happens is that wet glue now will soak into the glitter card. So I don't want too much on the back of there that it's going to dimple and ruttle, but I want enough that it's just going to soak into that glitter card and get that nice adhesion there.
What was that second word you said? Ruttle?
Pardon?
Ruttle?
Ruttle.
Oh. Like warp?
Ruffle, ruttle.
Oh, ruffle.
Yeah, like warp.
That's a good word, that.
It's like an education, isn't it, when I come? All my words. Ruttle. Yeah, ruttle the edges.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I did glue school with you last time, and we did the demo with just the mat and layer with the Collage all-purpose and the tacky.
Yes.
Oh, honestly, by the time we'd done it, it looked like nothing on earth. So yeah, that's going to sit in there. And then for the front, I've just done matting and layering with that same gold card and the same paper. So again, because we're just cardstock to cardstock, flicking backwards and forwards through those glues. Again, you hear me talk a lot about something being fit for purpose. You could use your tape runner if you wish. You could use your finger lift tape if you wish. I just like the idea that I can now wriggle this into place, and I've got a minute or two before that actually cures and starts to set. Now the little stars are the embellishments, so whatever the theme is in your die, in your edgeable part, you get a couple of little embellishments. So I've just, instead of adding gems, I've just cut these out and added them as an extra feature.
Yeah.
And then I was like, right, I need something for the front there, so I just went in the box and I've picked out, I think this was from one of my decorative nesting sets. I just wanted something that was going to be a feature on that front edge this time, because like I said, I've picked a Christmas, I think it's a season's greetings sentiment, and there are some lovely sentiments in that kit that we've got coming up shortly as well, and I think this is one of them. So again, I'm just going to pop that on the front, and then I get asked a lot when I've designed cards like this about where would you write your message, and it's a very valid question, because obviously you've got that in here. So lots of options with this. Those metallic pens look fantastic.
Yeah.
You could write straight over the blue, it would look beautiful. If not, you can cut yourself a smaller piece of white, which would be enclosed inside here, so you wouldn't see that. What I actually like to do is make another matte and layer, so maybe with a piece of the gold and some white or some cream, and actually put the sentiment on the back, which is quite nice. And then people can see this, you know, all the way with all the detail.
Yeah.
But again, you know, there's lots of different ways around that. It's entirely up to you. You could actually pop a matte and layer in here and stamp and put a sentiment on this side. So your message that you're writing to someone. But yeah, if I turn you that one round now, I just wanted to show those stars just at their best. Again, you could add some gems to those if you wanted a bit more sparkle. And later on, I promise I will show you the stamping on there as well as they're designed.
A lovely, lovely card. Plenty of admiration coming in as well. Barbara Baldwin is saying Jan is the best.
Oh, thank you.
It's the Jan fan club, the Jan club,
Jan
today
club.
on a Jan packed day. Chrissy Mahoney says if you want to use it, Ben, royalties. Jan packed day. Beautiful Jan, says Sarah Brown on Facebook. Quickly show you this collection again. Again, you will see all of this later on in Monday Makers in a lot more detail from 6 o'clock tonight, 1 o'clock Eastern. Just such a lovely, lovely collection. And again, I think you've got designs for all sorts of occasions. And like Jan was showing you, particularly with those stars, for congratulatory cards, for birthdays, for those mail cards as well. Plenty to think about. But then you've got more of these pretty designs as well, from the florals through the butterflies, those gorgeous hearts as well. That's called Love to You. Lots of different sentiments as well that you can use with these. That's the dancing stars that Jan was just showing you. It's a 20% saving for everybody, less another 20% if you are a platinum member, of course. Love the fact that we've got that in the foliage collection there as well. £30.39 or $38.20. Lots of you jumping in for that collection. Mary just says, I never thought of using the metallic pens for writing a statement. What a great idea. I really do miss my brain, says Mary Kay.
I misplace mine frequently these days.
No. Just one quick question before we go to a break, because I've got some good news coming up as well. Gamma 5203 says, question, Jan,
yep.
What would you use to glue cardstock to wood?
The tacky glue will work on wood, absolutely, or the hot glue gun, depending on what those elements are. But the tacky glue works with lots of different elements. If you have a look back to Friday's glue school, I had a whole sheet, an A4 piece of mount board, and I'd got metal embellishments, wooden embellishments, resin, pearl, lace, you name it, that were all done with the tacky glue, which is what I decant into my little fine applicator. So that tacky one will work with pretty much, it will work with paper and cardstock, but because it's water-based, we go back to that ruttling. If you use too much, you can get away with just a little bit, like I did on that glitter card, but this works great with anything else that isn't paper. All you need to do is pop it onto your embellishments or onto whatever you're working with, leave it for about 20-30 seconds to go tacky. That's where it gets its name from. It starts to cure and it goes tacky. You'll get a better adhesion there than just literally using it and trying to stick it together. You'll find that you'll need to hold it a little while until that glue starts to go off. Whereas if you let that do that in the air first, in my case it was taking literally 2 seconds on Friday night, but normally I would say it takes about 20 seconds, and then add wherever you're sticking it to. You'll get a much better stick with it, yeah.
We are going to take a short break. Just as we get ready for that break, Ogre, Ogre, Ogre. That was I said that I'd make it clear when the launch day was live. The bundle is now live.
Excellent.
We are ready to go. More on this brand new launch, which officially launches in an hour's time, but you can grab it right now. This amazing collection is here. It's actually 2 hours time it officially launches, but you can get the full bundle now. Our winter floral decoupage stamp and die collection. We'll look at it in full in just a few moments time. If you've seen it and you love it and you want it, go get it now, and we'll come back with all the information you need in just a few moments time.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Oh yes, the gates have been officially opened for launch day. I'm getting loads of messages going, bought it, got it, bought it. Got it. It's in my basket. Lisa just saying, got the new launch. Maternity leave is going to be fun. I have a brilliant time. Hopefully I'll get some Christmas crafting done. Rhonda Fagan says, I've all checked out as well, and many more of you I know are already checking out this brand new collection. It's the Winter Floral Decoupage collection. It is absolutely stunning, is this. When we had this on the HSN preview show a couple of weeks back, I would say that this collection was the most ood and ahed about, if you like. The majority of you saying, when this goes live, I am grabbing it, I want to get this set. Because what you've got within this, we're going to break it down into 4 small sets and then show you the value for money that you're going to get on the bundle as well. So within each of the sets, this is the Winter Floral Festive Bows collection, and what you're going to get in each of these is a beautiful die. So that in essence, I suppose, is like your card, if you like. But as you're going to see over the course of these shows, because you get the 2 dies, you can use this for so many different things. As our Liam has done here, he's created a gorgeous box with this. This is his blog project, which is going to be going live on the website a little bit later.
We need to get him on air, our Liam, don't we? I think he should come and do a little run.
I know, he's creating some really gorgeous pieces. That one, as I say, you'll see how to make a little bit later on our website. But you've got the 2 dies there to create the card if you want to. I think these as well would be really nice as like decorations for the home around Christmas time. I think because you've got that larger row with these as well, potentially as like little hangers you could pop on the doors, however you wanted to use them. But you've got that gorgeous holly die within this set. And then with each and every one of these sort of mini collections, you're going to receive your decoupage pads. So there's 48 sheets of decoupage within each of these pads. All right, they're all numbered up for you again. So if you've used any of our decoupage pads previously, they're so simple to use. They're so craftable for beginners, for more expert crafters, if you like. These are totally craftable. You then get all of the dies to use in conjunction with your paper pads. So once again, really easy to match up the dies with the artwork that you've got in your decoupage pads to create that glorious decoupage each and every time. So there's 48 sheets in total. The genius about this though, of course, is we also give you the stamps. So as Jan was saying, you get a lovely collection of sentiments with these. You then get all of the elements within the stamps to be able to recreate and make your own decoupage when your pads run out. That's the genius about this, you see. And why I think these are such great value for money, and why they cover off every sort of ability of crafter as well. Because if you're buying this as your first set initially, you might think, oh, a bit scared to kind of do a bit of stamping and then use the dies to be able to cut and do the decoupage that way. But as you get going with this, start off with your decoupage pad and then bring in the stamps in later, and of course you can create your own beautiful decoupage with your own colours. You can really go to town with this. So the value for money is amazing. This is the first little bundle, the Festive Bows. That is just £27.48 if you're platinum, $35.96 if you want to go for that on its own. But hang fire, all right? Don't make any decisions just yet, because I want to show you the individuals, then I want to show you the value for money deal that you get when you go for all of them. So this next one is your Poinsettia Delight. So once again, you've got that beautiful die set. This one brings you Noel, all right? So again, you've got the ability there to be able to decorate that up with all of the beautiful decoupage that you've got, and perfectly sized as well again, for you to be able to pop your decoupage anywhere you like on that O. And the great thing is, again, use that on its own. use these on their own should you want to. Use the stamps on their own should you want to. There's so much choice with these. Just by the way, if you are looking at the web page right now and it's showing out of stock, all you need to do is just do a quick little refresh on that page and you'll see it there. It is live. I've had a look on my tablet. You'll be able to see it right there. Again, you're going to get all of that beautiful decoupageability. I just come up with that. Decoupageability. 48 sheets, all of the dies and all of those stamps in there as well. So Merry Christmas in there. We've got Peace and Joy from Our Home to Yours, which is a really lovely stamp. And you've got With Love at Christmas. That's the second. Again, same price with that 20% discount at launch. But hang fire because there's even more here. Don't make any decisions just yet. This one potentially, I don't know, it's either this one or the next one my favourite. Did you say that this was your favourite, Jan, the Winter Roses?
I'm struggling to pick a favourite, honestly. They're all equally, they've all bring something to the table and something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one is, so you've got snow as your die within that once again. And, you know, once again, if you want to create the whole card shape, you can do. If you just want to create, you know, the front for your card to layer, you can do, and then apply your decoupage. But really, really gorgeous, gorgeous colours there in the Winter Roses. Once again, 48 sheets of the numbered decoupage. There are all of your dies to create that beautiful decoupage. By the way, if you are going for these, we've also got a great deal on the chunky glue and also the foam pads, whichever you prefer to use when you're doing your decoupage. So again, all of that is there for you. We've got the ball tools and tweezers on the show, so we've thought of everything. And once again, those beautiful stamps to be able to create your own decoupage, just use individually should you wish, and you get a lovely collection of sentiments again. Let it snow, celebrate the season, and more. That one again with a 20% saving. But before you make a decision, let me also show you the fourth within this set. I think this one might be my favourite because I really, really love. This is the Christmas candlelit Christmas collection. I love that joy sentiment that you're going to get in the die, but I also really love the candle that you've got within that kind of festive foliage there, and again, beautiful Christmas cards, great to create those gorgeous boxes with. You know, if you're thinking of this Christmas creating some really gorgeous table settings for your Christmas table, these would be absolutely perfect to do that as well. 48 pages of your decoupage, all of the dies, these beautiful stamps in there as well, ever giving this collection. It really is. That one is your candlelit Christmas for $27.48 or $35.96 if you're a platinum member. Why have I been saying hang fire? Because I know a lot of you will be like Jan and I, going, well, I like all of them. I'm not quite sure which one I like best. Which one do I go for? Go for them all, because we've given you a massive saving. If you go for the full bundle, it is £43.04 you're saving, $56.80. Platinum members, you're at £103.04. And if you're shopping in the US and you're platinum, you've also got free shipping with that, of course, as well. $136.32. Such a lovely collection. I've been so super excited about the launch of this one. It is finally officially now live wherever your kind of budget lays. By the way, all the elements are available individually should you just want to do that. If you want to go for the individual collections, as I've shown you, you're going to get a 20% saving, but a bigger saving, of course, if you go for the full collection. And look at all of that you get there as well. All the decoupage, all the stamps, 33 dice, 30 stamps, and 192 sheets of the decoupage pads in there as well. The most stunning collection. And I love the fact how it all comes together beautifully. But then again, you've got so much kind of ability to use lots of the elements individually as well. And the fact, Jan, that you've got the stamps in here means that when the decoupage pads do go, it's still so super usable. These are flying out the door, by the way.
It is. I don't think you can go wrong with this. If you want something different for your Christmas crafting this year, I just think these are absolutely beautiful. Now, I've chosen the Winter Roses to go alongside the snow for my first demo. And we're going to make that shaped card just as one. And then during launch day, I've got lots of different ideas for you to do with these.
Great.
But like Ben's just said, there's so much choice with this. Yeah. You know, you can use the die set on its own. If you just want to use it to make the wording on a scrapbook page, something like that,
yep.
Or whether you want to just use it and make a shape card, and you get that outside layer, which gives you the, we're going to use that to make the card blank with.
Okay.
And you can just see, if you can just pick up the top here, there's a little tiny straight bit here, which has not got the cutting edge in it, so that means that that's going to keep that fold intact when we make it into the shape card. And then you've got your wording you might just want to use the lettering on its own. As I say, that would be fantastic on a scrapbooking page, something like that. But if you're wanting to cut the whole thing, we've even popped in there, when you put all this together, let me put it on the back of here so you can see, pop this the right way round, you can even cut that aperture out just by lining that inside word, and then we've given you the oval to cut out the centre. So if you wanted to pop something behind there, how about a photo behind there? We're going to do a scrapbook page later on launch day with a photograph behind it.
Wow.
We're going to do some shaker elements behind one of them. So again, lots and lots of different ways of using them. So we're going to come back to that in a second. And then you get your decoupage pad. Now you might say, well, why do I need 48 sheets that are all the same? But when you see how nicely these go together, honestly, it's so simple to use. And not necessarily, it's designed to work around the letters on the dies. But who's to say that you couldn't just cut maybe an oval or a circle shape with some nesting dies and use the decoupage on there for something totally different that's nothing related to snow. You might want to make tags out of it with that. There's so many of these that you could afford to be luxurious and make a tag with that beautiful decoupage on to match something, you know, top of a gift box, something like that. And in order to cut out the decoupage, I've actually taken one of my sheets out already. It's all numbered. The third part of that collection then is all the dies that you need to cut out the decoupage. So these are not actually pre-cut, they're just solid sheets. They're all numbered, and you've got the corresponding pieces. Now, not only have we given you the means to cut them out, the bit that I really like is that these are all detailed. So when you cut them out, you actually get the indentation into that piece of decoupage with all this detail that isn't actually a cutting edge inside. It's just going to press, almost like emboss that detail into your piece, which takes it from being flat into something textured. Now, if you're going to decoupage it up, you might think, well, I don't necessarily need that on all the pieces. I might just need it on the top piece. But always there's going to be some of that bottom one showing, because the next one gets slightly smaller and slightly smaller and so each time there's going to be elements of the piece underneath, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Now, these are all designed to work straight over the top. Now, the main piece, we've left a lovely white border around because that's your focal piece. You might just want to use that piece, absolutely fine. But these are designed to cut all round here. Now, each one has got a number, and if you've used our decoupage pads before, you'll know that that's translated onto the die. So I can just see here the little tiny notch here, and it's got number 1 written on it. So what I'm going to do is pop that over the top. I'm going to line up the edge with that decoupage and make sure that this covers that number 1 on the piece of decoupage, and then tape it down. And I've just pulled some bits of tape off ready because we've got a fair bit of taping to do.
Whilst you're sticking, I can tell you that these are in Sharon's basket. Anne's checked out. Christine says this is one of the prettiest collections ever. Anne saying the bundle includes a holly die. Yes, so she's saying win. Deborah says I've checked out. White Roses is my favourite. Heather Springer says I purchased the bundle and won each of the extra decoupage pads. These will sell
what a good
so
idea.
well. They're flying. And just to let you know, Johnny telling me that this collection that you're seeing on screen now with Jan, the Winter Roses, is the most popular individually, but we are so busy right now. We're melting here in the studio, and the website's melting with the amount of you buying this collection. People are loving it, Jan.
Can you just imagine if your daughter's called Holly, though?
Oh, yes.
What a brilliant way to make a card, honestly.
Or Joy.
Oh, Joy, yep, there's a couple of them there, isn't there? Noel, yeah, taking it onto it. So all I'm doing is just literally popping the metal over the top, lining them up with those pieces of pattern underneath, and making sure that number covers the actual number on the pad here, because that just shows that you've got everything the right way round. So I've got all my pieces of tape at the ready, and all I've done is literally tape all those down, make sure everything's positioned in the right place, and then we're going to pass that through our Gemini. So we'll do that bit first and get those cut out, and it's as simple as that. Each time you would do the same thing. Again, it's a 6-inch pad, so yes, this will fit through your Gemini Junior. It will also fit through your Gemini Midi. It will also work with any other machine out there on the market that will take a thin metal die. So again, I've just got those bigger plates out because some of my projects, and I need it, as I say, for the next bit, it's slightly bigger. So absolutely simple and straightforward so far. That's going to cut out all the pieces that I need, and then if you're not quite sure which one's which, because obviously we're going to cut the numbers away now, just refer back to your pad here, and you've got that sequence so you can see which one goes first, which one goes second. In general, the biggest one, then the next biggest one, and so on, down to the littlest one goes at the top. So what I'm going to do now is just layer these. I've already got one done because it needed to be dry in order for us to work with it. So if I just make sure all those pieces have fallen out, you can see there where I've got the dies on the back. I'll sort all those out in a second. But we've got that lovely piece here, which has got that white border around. As I say, you might just want to incorporate that into a design on its own, that's fine. But I'm going to ask our George to come and have a nosy. Let me just see which
George
one's got... yeah, that one's a good one. So if I hold this straight for you, George, I want you to come and look at all that beautiful... Look at that here. Fantastic. All that indentation. So what becomes, what was a piece of flat artwork has now actually become quite realistic.
Yeah.
And again, if I flip it over, you can just see some of the indentations there on the back of it. So it's not a cutting edge. It's almost like an embossed area.
Yeah.
If I bring you this one up as well, look, you can see on here. And it just makes it look so realistic. It really does. Thank you, George. He's in there. So what we would do then is literally take the largest one. Then we would go in the next one. Now you can shape these if you want to use your Collal glue.
Yep.
You've got choices here. We've got the 3D glue gel, or you've got your foam pads. Now we did a little bit of work of this on Glue School last week where we said, you know, it pretty much is personal choice. I like to use the gel because I can get a bit of shaping in it, whereas the foam pads tend to be more of a stacked effect, but again, personal choice. And then all you're going to do is lay that one over the design on the based one.
Okay.
Then we're going to go down to the next one, a little tiny shape, and you're going to build them, and each time you'll get a little bit less covered up. So this one is just the two flowers here at the bottom. And then we've got the large flower here. And then that last one is the centre of the large flower, just to bring it up. And I've literally done that, exactly that, with my 3D glue gel. And I've just got them all stuck together ready. But if I just lift that, you can see now the dimension in there. And you can make, you know, the more gel, the more dimension. It depends. If you're going to do this for a home decor piece, how gorgeous would that look as a Christmas sort of, or even a winter decoration? You could really go to town. With 48 sheets of it, you could even double up and do 2 of each layer and really go to town with that decoupage for something that's going to be a home decor piece that comes out every year. So we pop that to one side, and then I'm going to work on my card. So I want to take out that die here now with the elements, and what I've done is I've just gone with the all-purpose white card, and this is the standard width of the card, the 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I've scored it all the way down the centre at 4 1/8 to make myself that long piece of card. Now, as long as this is big enough to fit your die on, it doesn't really matter about the dimensions. You want it large enough to be able to fit that external piece of die on it. Okay, so I just sort of had a look at what the dimensions were, which it does tell you on the packaging. We're looking at just over about 7 1/4 in length, 4 inches tall. So again, we need to take this one down, and I'm going to leave that top edge of it where we said there was a straight piece at the top, just above. You just see here, just above the edge of the cardstock there, so it doesn't actually cut through that cardstock. And then I was very skimpy with my piece of card, wasn't I? Literally, just
about
enough.
there, weren't you?
Yep.
The largest file, by the way, is the holly. It's 8 by 4. Because a few people are asking about envelope sizes.
The longer the word, then the longer the die, obviously. And then in order to, don't just guess for this bit, because obviously we're going to layer them up. And whereas I'm pretty good at lining things up, obviously when you bring that other word in, you want it to be perfect. So all I did was lie this inside, and you should have that sort of 1/8 of an inch gap all the way round there. And then you can pop that centrepiece in now, and know that that's going to be in the right place. Again, you've got that 1/8 of an inch, and you know that that's going to be in the right place for you to then pop the layer on. And then what I'm going to do is take this one back out for the time being. I don't need that one just yet. So we're going to pass this one through the Gemini, and while we're doing that, I'm going to cut this one out of some gorgeous cardstock. Now then, I think this is out of the Vintage Snowman card pack.
Yeah.
It's that lovely, it's a cross between a blue and a grey. I think depending on what you put with it, it would either go grey or it would go blue depending on the patterning. So again, I just want to put my word on that one, and we should be able to cut both of these. Now we are cutting into glitter card again, but I'm just going to try it without my metal shim in, because it is just an outline die. So I'm not asking it to do anything really, really tricky. It literally is just the outline. So we're going to pop both of those on together. We're going to pop our shims in the middle, and then that top cutting plate, and then pass that one through. Now again, this particular one, and Ben's just said the longest one was 8
by 4 it is.
8 by 4, so they again would fit on that junior plate. It measures 9 by 6. So if you were just cutting out the wording, they would fit on the smaller machine there. So let me just make sure that that's done the trick. I'm sure, oh, don't need to ask. Look at that, perfect. That was without the metal shim. As I say, because it's just an outline die, absolutely no trouble at all. And I know full well that the Gemini can cope with cutting through 2 layers of our 300 GSM cardstock.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not using a Gemini and you're not getting the pressure to go all the way through, just pop an extra piece of card over here to shim it up a little bit, and it'll give you that extra sort of push to go through there. So again, we're going to take away the tape, and then all the outside piece of the card now is going to come away. So I'm just going to take that piece back. I've tried not to go too far onto my design there. Same at this side. Do you know, it doesn't half stick it down when you pop it through the Gemini.
Pammy's just said this particular die, the snow one, fits nicely inside the 5x7 shadow box die, FYI. Apparently.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah,
Lovely.
Lots of you already tried things out. Donna's just said, I've been waiting for this one for weeks, can't wait to receive and start making. Beautiful details, says Mary. And Sharon says, I'm just loving this set, I cannot wait to have a play with them once I'm home from Padstow. There's so many people buying this right now. We are really, really busy.
I think it's one of the nicest collections we've done for a while, to be honest.
Yeah.
And again, just... you know, it's even snagged my card even so, but we're going to cover it up, and of course I've got one that I did earlier, but because we've kept that little bit together there, you can see now that we've got that lovely little shaped element there.
Yeah.
Now what I was saying to Ben earlier, I says I looked at this in that format and thought, right, you could do all the decoration on it, and then somewhere along there maybe pop a name. How nice would they look, particularly with the more Christmassy ones for sort of Christmas dinner table, for name place cards, things like that.
Yeah.
Would look beautiful. And then obviously our glitter card, again, cut beautifully, and we're just going to take that. And this one just layers now, because again, all that measuring's been done for you. This one's literally just going to layer over the top. Beautiful. Amazing. That's all you need to do. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just going to bring the one in that I did at home, because I spent a bit more time, and I don't think I've snagged the card as much on that one. They both, in fact, I'm going to use that one and that one because I can. Okay, so again, on the back of here, working with a slightly smaller element, so I'm going to come back to that fine applicator. You can use your tape pens again on here if you want to pop little bits of tape. If you want to put foam pads, you could actually layer this one up. Yeah. But because the decoupage has got that element of height, I'm just going to stick this one flat.
Worth bearing in mind with all the glues you've seen, because we've mentioned chunky glue, we've mentioned the foam pads, so those are all on the Shop the Day page. The chunky glue's on a buy two get one free, the 3D colour glue. Listen to me, Mr. Debbie Robinson. You've also got the foam pads as well, and a great deal, and the little fine tip glue applicators are also available on the Monday Makers show, where you buy the glue, and we give you 2 of those fine tip glue applicators for free. So it's the Collal tacky glue. You get
they're worth having. You can use the tacky glue and the all-purpose in the applicator bottles, so keep one for each, and you'd easily be able to identify them because the tacky glue's white and the all-purpose is clear. So you know, you could always write a little note on them, but you'd be able to identify them easily enough. We had a question on Friday night about a lady said that her glue was going brown.
Oh, right.
And the only thing that we could think of was they actually come with a stainless steel pin with them, and if you've replaced that with a pin that isn't stainless steel, it will rust into because this has got water element in it. It was rusting and it was turning the glue brown. So just make sure that if you do need to replace the pins, that it is a stainless steel one. That was the only reason.
Yeah.
So again, we've got that all together now, and I just think, you know, just that on its own to me is beautiful. But then we're going to bring in that decoupage, and again, all that work's been done. This has been designed beautifully to just fit around there as if it was intended. So all I'm going to do now is literally I'm going to pop the glue onto here where I know that that's going to sit.
Yeah.
Again, you can add more foam tape or glue if you want to raise it even further, but I am literally just going to take this where I know that's going to sit and literally pop that over the top. Just make sure it doesn't come under the bottom here, because from the point of view of standing your card up, and then just give that a second for that tacky glue to grab. And I'm not going to do much more than that. You know, you can start and add an extra sentiment on there if you wish. Again, as far as sending this to someone and having a space to write, obviously with the wording ones, there's not a massive amount of room in there, but there's enough to pop a message inside, or again, on the back of it. Okay, and just to stand that up for you, and this is in the simplest form. In launch day we're going to show you lots of different ways that you can do this without using them as a shaped card, but I just think they're so pretty. Add some glitter onto the front of that decoupage, or add some of the glossy highlights just to emphasize it. Get your gems on there, maybe a little bow on there, really dress them up. But I just think they are gorgeous.
But isn't that brilliant again for everybody, and particularly if you're new to us, you're new to maybe this is the first year you're thinking about making your own Christmas cards. Like, that's the simplest way to be able to use them. Really easy to follow for everybody. How amazing does that look?
Can you just imagine sending those out as Christmas cards in your first year of crafting? People will be like, wow. It looks much more, I always think they look much more complicated than they actually are.
Yeah.
We die cut the card blank with the outer layer. We die cut the lettering with the inside layer. We die cut the decoupage with all the pieces, stuck it together, and Bob's your uncle. We're there.
I mean, my goodness me, these are flying out of the door right now. We are so busy. We've got people buying individuals. We've got people who are buying like the smaller collections, and tons of you are going for the full collection. It's a massive collection, and I can't stress enough, and you know, Jan's been talking about it, the craftability that you've got with these, because yes, all of the elements play and work beautifully together, but individually of each other as well. You've got so much craftability. If this is your first set that you've ever bought for making cards, or maybe your first set for making Christmas cards, boy oh boy are you going to have fun with this collection. There's so much to craft with, and a lot of people shopping very savvy too, because I know a lot of you are telling me that you're going for the full collection, but then you're buying extra decoupage pads as well. It's the best way to go, isn't it? Because, you know, obviously you've got the stamps which you can play with after your decoupage pads have run out, but when you see how easy it is to get decoupaging, you think to yourself, well, actually 48 is a lot, but I want to make sure that I've got more so that I don't run out. You know, and maybe that you craft in next Christmas and the Christmas after with these as well. So whilst we've got them in stock, you may as well buy more than you think that you'll need, so that you'll have them all right there. All available individually. However, let's show you everything that you're going to get in this bundle. I love the idea of making little place settings with these, you know. Again, the fact that they cut out the shape card for you as well, but if you just want to take, you know, the die itself and just layer this onto like a normal card shape, you can. Of course, if you want to decoupage these up, you can do. You don't have to. If you want to use the decoupage elements elsewhere, you don't always have to pop them onto the card. You can use them elsewhere in your craft as well. A few people just chatting as well, saying that you're going to keep, once you've used the decoupage elements, you're going to keep the rest of the cards for mats and layers, which I think it's a great idea.
That's left here. Get your little dies out with your butterflies and your little flowers, and save all the little bits. You know, one of them's pink. Sorted. Absolutely. And do you know, I don't know whether there is a craft along for this, Ben, and who's got it. I hope it's me. I can see that the home decor box is coming out again. I just think this would be stunning, actually popped in one of those boxes like we did with the dancing dragonflies, and made as a, you know, Christmas home decor piece that you could bring out each year. It would be gorgeous. Get some faux snow in there, some glitter in there, some extra embellishments. It would be beautiful.
So gorgeous. This one again, so you've got all the dies. Again, the detail that you're going to get once you actually cut these out, as you saw with Jan and the winter roses, they're amazing. 48 sheets of the decoupage, and let's not forget all of the stamps that you've got in there too. So again, if you just wanted to stamp these out, colour these in and use these individually, you can, but as you said, once the decoupage elements run out, you can then of course stamp, die cut, stamp, die cut, stamp, die cut, so you can create your own decoupage in your own colours to make this collection go even further. That's just one of the sets. That's available individually, but everything that I'm showing you here is that full bundle. You've got the Noel there, which comes in the Poinsettia Delight. Absolutely gorgeous. The colour palette, again, is just beautiful. And with your decoupage, make sure you're ordering the chunky glue if you want to go this, the 3D Collage glue. That's on the show on a buy two, get one free. You've also got the foam pads available for you as well in different sizes if you want to go down that route. Really lovely collection there with all of those beautiful stamps. Then you've got the Snow, which is the one Jan was just working with, the Winter Roses. Most popular individually, the Winter Roses. Really, really popular. Like I said, if you want to go for these, any of the elements individually, you can. And don't forget, lots of people going individually, lots of people buying the smaller bundles, and those will sell out the bigger bundles. So the best value for money is on your screen right now, but as we saw with the Bethlehem collection last week, one of the paper pads went, bundles gone. Best value for money deal goes. So if you want to go for the full bundle, make sure you move quickly, because lots and lots of people, different budgets, people going for different products. Once the individuals go, the bundles disappear. That one is the Winter Roses, and then the last one here, which I really love, is the Joy, which is that gorgeous sort of candle-lit wreath, almost like a little table setting that you've got there, but that gorgeous Joy die, and then you've got 48 pages of your decoupage with all of those dies, with all of the stamps as well. And look at the saving again. This bundle's worth over £170, over $227. It's £128.80 today, or $170.40 if you're platinum, or indeed if you're watching us for the first time today, or maybe you've been watching over the course of the last few weeks and you're thinking today's the day you're going to sign up to Club Inspire. What a great day to do it. Sign up for free via our website, whether you're watching at crafterscompanion.com.co.uk or .eu. You'll see the little Club Inspire tab at the top of the screen. Click on it, pop in your email address, pop in your name, create a password. You're into the club for free, don't forget. You'll get 250 points to get you started in the club to make you a bronze member straight away, and you'll get 20% off your first order. So if this is your first order today, you'll get this price as well, which is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know where the time's going. We've got 35 minutes left, and I think we're going to squeeze in one more quick demo on this set. But don't forget the official launch in an hour and a half, where you'll see lots more with Jan. What can we do for the last demo?
Right, well, I thought we'd have a look at the stamp sets as well, Ben, because I looked at the decoupage pads, and each one comes with those 3 pieces plus the stamp set. So you get the shape die. So in this case, I've chosen Noel. You get the pieces to cut out the decoupage pad, which of course are exactly the same size to cut out the stamp sets. Of course they are. Our product development team have thought about all that. So if you like to stamp and colour, and you want to look at that lovely spray that we've got there, it's exactly the same sort of design as the decoupage sheet, but the stamps within here, the dies within here, that we've used just previously to cut out the decoupage sheets, are literally perfect size to just cut out the stamped elements as well.
Yeah.
That just blew me away. I thought, wow, that is amazing. So again, if you're wanting to make decoupage with your stamped sets, I've actually done a little bit of work ahead of time with this, and I've stamped it out. You can see there.
Oh, wow.
I've added a little bit of colour with my alcohol pens, and the beauty of the stamp sets means you can change the colour scheme. Obviously the decoupage, they're all the same colour scheme, and those have been thought out really well. Poinsettias are normally a dark red colour, but I wanted to work with slightly pastel tones. I've chosen some papers from that Frosty and Bright collection, and if I bring you those papers in, you can see where I've gone with the colouring. I wanted those pale pinks and the turquoisey colours to match that that paper.
Yeah.
So that allows you to then introduce whatever colour you want to do. So, and then I've cut it out with my die. There's also a second little poinsettia there, which is the same size as the one in the middle. So again, once we've got this one in here, I fussy cut that one. I like the elements that are decoupage to be cut right up to the image, the artwork image, the line art, whereas this one's left that little white space around it again. But if you're wanting to do more than one layer, and I will show you this in launch day, I've got one where I've actually done it as a decoupage piece with the stamp.
Yeah.
It's just a case of multiple stamping, and then have a look at it and think, right, well, my first layer is going to be the whole thing. The second layer, you might take out these pieces of foliage at the end and just cut round the actual flowers themselves. The third layer, you might take some of the smaller flowers out of the equation. Fourth layer, just bring it down to the poinsettia, and you've got those layers of decoupage again. So again, multiple stamping, and then just colour the bits that you're going to see. You know, if you're going to cover up all these flowers on the first, you don't need to colour the ones underneath. Now I've just kept it flat and just added that one element, and then I've added, I don't know whether it'll pick up on there, just a tiny little bit on the turquoise of Sparkle Pen. The Sparkle Pen had to come out for this, with it being the Frosty and Bright collection. Just on those turquoise flowers there, I've just added a little bit of the clear overlay Sparkle Pen just to give it a bit of shine. So what we're going to do with this one then, we've got the same system with the shaped word, and this one's Noel.
Just a quick question, and I was thinking this as well, and Rhonda's asked, so you know all the O's the same size, so you've got interchangeable decoupage?
I haven't checked that, but I would say yes.
Yeah.
As far as I know, if I know Leanne and her team, that will have been done so that you've got that mix and match facility.
Yeah.
And again, by using the stamp sets, you can actually colour coordinate to whatever you. So if you wanted to do this in, I don't know, blue, then you can actually colour your flowers in, or you could choose one of the ones. The one that we've just done there, if I just have a look at that one, I'm fairly, look. Pretty much the same.
So you've got that as well.
So again, you can interchange and swap those about. Absolutely brilliant.
And just to say, you can buy the Panda Crafts asking, can you buy the dies alone? Everything's available individually currently, all right? Go to the web, you'll see all of the deals right there, individually, smaller bundles, main bundle, everything is currently in stock, but things are flying out the door, so don't hang about.
So I've done a little bit of work ahead of time with this one because I wanted to just talk you through where we're at with it. So you've seen me do the die cutting. I've used the external layer, which is that main part of the die, and I've cut it out again in that white smooth cardstock. And then I've used my wording section, which is that solid word, and I've cut it out again in pink. So you can see that one just cuts over here. Use that initial die in conjunction with your little central piece. If you just flick back to the previous demo, I showed you how to line that one up to get it in the right place. And I've actually stuck these together so that I've got a workable piece now. Now this is just one layer. It isn't a card blank. I'm going to do something different with it this time. So I've just got that one layer at the ready with my pieces there accordingly. So let me just pop those back on there so that they don't get lost. And then I'm going to do this on a Z fold card this time. So let's pop those to one side, and what I've done is I've created, now the Z folds are really, really easy if you haven't come across these before. I make mine at 5 3/4 inches square, which is the largest square you can get out of a piece of A4. If you're using 12 by 12 cardstock, or the pack that we do that are 12 by 6s, you can make this into a 6-inch square. I've scored it down the centre, so the full piece is scored at 5 3/4, and then I've scored the front piece in half again, which on this particular one is 2 7/8, and created that fold back. Now this is a card style in its own right, so you could have a, like I said earlier, you don't have to use the rest of the wording. You might want to get your lovely nesting dies out, pop a lovely piece on there, maybe with some circles or oval nesting dies, and just have your decoupage on there. Could be nothing to do with Christmas. You might want to do it as a birthday card. If somebody's got a December birthday, then I think the poinsettias are the flowers for that month. So perfect. And then with the bit that I cut off the bottom here at 5 3/4, there's always a piece of cardstock left. I've literally going to use this piece as my return. Now I've taken some pieces out of it, and I'll show you what I've done with this, because I want to actually mount this one on the front of here to become part of that opening.
Clever.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You see there? So I've started sticking some pieces down. I've got a little bit of paper in here. Let's just pop the other pieces in first. This paper pad is absolutely exquisite. And I think we've got this on the show as well, the Frosty and Bright.
Frosty and Bright, yes.
Have we?
Yeah, we have. So it's also reminded me of one which is coming next week, which Debbie Robinson accidentally gave us a little bit of a sneaky preview of. Do you know the Winter's Tale and the Winter Solstice? We weren't really supposed to talk about it. This is just me.
My two favourite colours are pinks and teals.
Yeah.
This was made for me, this pad. So what I've done is I've used one side, we're going to pop this on the inside, And then the reverse of it, I've just turned it over to do this middle piece because I wanted that bit doing as well. So I think I'm not going to put this down here because obviously we're going to stick that band. So what I might do is flip that over so that that lovely detail is actually visible at the top there, because it's not got a definite direction. So that one's going to go on the inside, and I've just used my tape pen for that one. And then again, I've got a piece that was cut. So these were all cut together. And then I've just flipped this one so that we've got a slight break in the pattern. If you wanted to leave all the pattern together, absolutely fine. And then this one's going to go on the front like so. So again, just using that tape runner. Remember to flick to break that adhesion when you're turning round the corners. And then this one's going to go on the front there. And again, I've chosen just paper, not always. It doesn't always have to be a cardstock mat and then a layer of paper.
No.
This time I've just gone with the paper, and I wanted the whiteboard around it just to set that off. Now, the piece that I showed you here set out, if I open this up, this is the piece that cuts off the A4. So in total here, we've just about got the piece of A4 cardstock.
Yeah.
You can just see there's a little bit that's come off here on the bottom. And then all we're going to do to make the Z fold is you've got your Z here at this side. And then all we're going to do is literally take this 180 degrees, and this one flips on the other way, like so. So this one's going to stick here, and you can see you've got that sort of shape coming along there. So again, I've just taken a couple of pieces that were left from the paper and started matting and layering. But this side, I wanted to attach this to it. And I'd actually got a strip of this showing behind the O, which looked really, really messy because it only came halfway up the O. So what I've done is I've positioned this where I wanted it to go. I've brought it level with the bottom edge, and I'm not too worried that that's showing at the bottom. I don't mind that because that's going to level with the bottom of the card. But then just with my pencil, wherever there's been an indentation, there's a little bit missing here, there's a bit missing here, and then there was a little bit across the top. And I've just cut that to match the actual shape of the word. So depending on what word you're using, just literally so that we can now marry it up.
Yeah.
And this is all going to be behind stuck to the card, so nobody's actually going to see that bit. So let's get this one stuck down first. I'm going to pop this on here, and I used the edge of the L here and just lined that up pretty much with the fold, which pretty much brought it about halfway, so that this is centered on that piece because it's slightly longer than the piece of card there. Okay, so we'll get a bit of glue on there, and again we'll go with, we'll stick with the tape pen, I think. So I know that I'm going to cover this piece pretty much, so I'm going to put my tape pen all over the back of here.
I can't believe how many of these have gone already, when you consider it's like still early morning across the pond. Well, it's like 4:30 in the morning Pacific time.
It's crazy, isn't it? It is, as I say, it's one of the nicest collections. I mean, we fall in love with all the collections that we bring to you, but I really did like this, and it's something I would use in my personal craft in this one.
It's the versatility for me, I think, with it.
Yeah, I like something, you know me, I like to think, right, well, if I'm purchasing and I'm investing in something, I like it to do more than one job, and you've got that instantly with this without even having to think about it. So I've got my tape on the back ready. So what we're actually going to do, when you fold it, you need tape on one of the small halves here, well, it's actually the quarter section, and tape on the other side, because this is essentially now going to stick onto here. Okay, so I'm going to stick the outside flat edge level with my card here. So again, I want to just get that bit lined up on the inside, and I want to bring it level with the base of the card. So my flat edge is actually just slightly inside. You can just see here where there's a little bit of the Noel sticking out. I'm actually going to bring it so that the flat edge of the card, if I turn it over, we'll be able to see better. So that this is actually level with, where that card finishes. She says, what's happening? Because I've turned it round. I don't want to stick it upside down. Where are we? There we go. Yeah. So I'm going to bring it level with the bottom.
Okay.
And level with the edge there. That's about right. Yep. So that one's stuck down. And then again, take the tape off this one. And if you keep everything folded, this one should land right in the right place here to fit in this corner at this side.
Yes.
So you've seen us do these. I know Sarah likes the Z fold.
Loves the Z fold, Sarah, doesn't she?
She does these quite a lot, and I must admit, they're fairly straightforward to do, but you can see now that we've got that lovely detail.
So good.
Opening up here. Okay, and then I've just taken, because the stamp set's got the sentiments in as well, you know, you can add a nice sentiment. So I've just got With Love at Christmas, which is this top one on this particular one here. You've also got Merry Christmas, Have a Holly Jolly Christmas, Peace and Joy, From Our Home to Yours. I like that one at Christmas as well. That's a nice one.
Cute.
And we're just going to pop that in the corner there. And then we've got that gorgeous decoupage, again, which has been designed to fit just around the O on here. All right, so a little bit of sticking. I'm going to swap glues again now to that tacky glue, because we're going on to the glitter card again. And I'm just going to pop some of that all the way around to stick that base piece on.
I always forgot you had the decoupage to add on, because the Noel itself just looks amazing, doesn't it?
It is. I mean, you might not want to use it in that instance. And as I say, there's lots of things that you could do with the decoupage and the stamps, as well as using it with the dies. And that's what I loved about it. It was like, oh, I could do this. Oh, I can do that. And I've tried to show you that in the launch show. We've got lots of different ideas, different card styles, a scrapbook page, a shaker element, so many different bits. And then this one's going to go at the top. And I've already layered up my poinsettia, so I've just stamped a second one just to bring it together, and we're going to use that over here with the sentiment. So just to echo that here, I've popped a couple of little foam pads on the back there just to take those elements off. And then we're just going to pop this one just to echo that one at the side there, so just to balance it out. And again, you know, you could pop a little bit of glitter in the centres, or a bit of glossy accents, glossy highlights in the centre there, a few pearls, whatever you want to to sort of jazz it up with. But I just think, again, they are really really pretty.
Oh, absolutely. Wow, beautiful, says Janine. Beautiful Christmas card. Another beautiful card, says Sarah. Anne says, this is actually the first early morning show I've been awake for in a while, but the dog had me up at 5 and I didn't want to miss these. Dog was waking you up to tell you to get up because you needed to get this deal, you see. Yeah. Clever dog. Christy just says the Noel would be pretty with the Bethlehem collection and a small nativity in the O. That's a lovely idea.
Silhouette one.
Yeah.
That would look gorgeous, wouldn't it?
And Jan, just very quickly, can you just show how the dies line up? Because Eleanor says, I'm a little bit confused on how you cut the design of the word out so it matches perfectly with the word on top. It's like all the dies work beautifully together, didn't they?
Say that again. The design...
Says, I'm confused how the design of the word... I'm confused as to how Jan cut the design of the word out so that it would match perfectly with the word on top.
Right, so let me just recap that for you then. Yeah, if you've not seen the whole show, I actually demonstrated this when we did the snow. But just to show you again, it's really, really simple. So for example, if this is going to be my background piece, that I'm cutting either my card blank or the background piece out, get that one stuck down. And then, like I said, this one is going to be the centre of your O. So don't guess where it's going to go. Lay this one inside it, and you want about 1/8 of an inch all the way round, so that those two pieces of metal, so don't have it touching like this.
Yeah.
You want to have an even border all the way around it, because that's where it's going to lay when you actually stick this piece on top. And then lay your circle here to cut out the centre of the, and then you can see everything's lined up. Get them stuck down and then take this one away, so that you've got this in the right place, so that when this one layers on top, everything lines up. I hope that's what we meant. If it isn't, let me know.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that is it. I think that is it. So simple, so simple, but the effects that you can achieve, so amazing. We'll go through everything for you in just a second, but it is getting towards that point of the show where we need to get you not only checking out, but also voting, because we will be doing a card of the show, okay? So we'll get Jan to line.
Let's have a look at some, I can't believe how fast it's gone.
I know, it's absolutely flown over.
It always does, doesn't it?
Jerry just saying, looking at the demo, I can see how all the Christmas collections can work together. The design team is out of this world. We've got a pretty good team here, haven't we? Pretty good, not too bad. And Sandy says, I cannot wait till mine arrive. One more comment, Susie just saying, beautiful Z fold. That is my demo of the show. Well, what's yours? Get voting. Remind us what you've made, Jan.
Right, so we did a little bit delving into what we've got on Monday Makers later on this evening here, and we started out with those lovely swing cards, and we did a double swing on this one. I'm going to show you how to keep it on a single one later. I just wanted to do the double swing. So this one will fold flat to go in your envelope like so, and then when you open it, you've got that twist factor in there. So that was number one.
Yep.
Number two, we went to those lovely stamp and border dies, and we've just created that beautiful border on the glitter card there. Now I teamed it up with a different stamp. The concept has got the stamp that goes along the curve, which I will show you later on. Again, these are coming up on Monday Makers, so that's number two. Number three, we came to those beautiful winter florals and did the first one as a little shaped card, and I just think they are so dinky. They really are. Obviously, depending on the word, so Joy's the shortest one, then you've got Snow and Noel, and then Holly's a wee bit longer. All right, but that was sort of the concept for the shapes card. That's number three. And then number four was just one of the many ways that you can bring it into your projects without making it a shaped card. So this was just a flat layer of the background and then that lovely glitter card, okay, teamed up with papers from that Frosty and Bright collection, and then the stamped element on there rather than this one was from the decoupage pad, okay, and this one I've stamped it and coloured it. So that one was number four on the Z fold. So 1, 2, 3 or 4 this morning.
Fast as you can. You've got about 5 minutes to get your votes in. All in the gallery. They're arguing in the gallery. What are you saying, George? 4. And Johnny's going for number 3, but they can't vote, so it's over to you, really. I mean, I suppose you can. Yeah, you can if you wanted to, you know, but... let's give you the full details. The full collection is the one which most people are going for. However, as we did at the start of the show, let's break it down for you so you can see everything that you can get individually. So all the items are available individually. So if you just want to buy the die, you can do. If you just want to buy the stamps, you can do. But most people are either going for the full bundle or going for one of the mini bundles. So this one here is called your Festive Bows. So the collection brings you the die for the holly. So you've got the dies there to be able to create the beautiful card shape and the beautiful holly there as well, and then you're going to get 48 sheets of your decoupage pad in there, so 48 numbered pages to make it nice and easy for you to be able to create the decoupage with those dies as well, to not only cut out your decoupage, but as Jan was telling us, to create the indentations to really bring that sort of embossed feature to life of these decoupage pieces. And then you've also got the stamps in here as well, so the stamps match up of course with the designs that you've got in your decoupage pad. So if you decide that you do want to change the colour of the actual design, you can do. You can just stamp it out multiple times, use the dies then to cut out your stamped images and create decoupage that way. If you want to use the stamps on their own, you can do. If you don't want to use the decoupage elements to pop onto the die, you don't have to. If you just want to use the die on its own, you can do. There's so many different ways to use these. The stamps as well here, you've got Deck the Hall, Home for the Holidays, which is cute, Christmas Wishes, Merry and Bright. So if you want to go for that on its own, that mini bundle of the Festive Bows is £27.48 platinum, or $35.96 if you are a platinum member. Next up is Noel. I've got that in my head now. And once again, so much bang for your buck here. That's the same price, £27.48, 20% saving for everyone today, $35.96 if you're platinum. So you've got your Noel die there, and then all of the elements. So 48 sheets of your beautiful poinsettia decoupage, all of the dies to work in conjunction with that. And again, as Jan was telling you, it's all numbered up for you. It really could not be simpler to create stunning decoupage, and then you've got the stamps included as well. All work beautifully together, all work individually with each other. If you are buying these today for the first time, maybe you haven't got a lot of crafty goodies, worth popping into your basket as well. Some of our 3D Collage glue, or indeed some of those foam pads, which will just make life very simple for you. Then the next set is the Winter Roses. This one has proved really popular. Individually, I think it is still the most popular one. Really love the colour palette on this once again. And it's nice, isn't it? Like we were saying, you know, if you decide that you want to use these elsewhere outside of Christmas, use the stamps and then colour these in to, to use for more sort of spring, summertime cards as well. It's entirely up to you. But you've got your snow dies, all of the dies to be able to create your decoupage, 48 sheets of the decoupage paper pad, and then you've got all those lovely stamps in there too. Things like Let It Snow and Winter Wishes, also celebrate the season. That again is $27.48, $35.96 platinum, And then lastly is the gorgeous candle lit Christmas, which comes with the Joy die set. 48 decoupage sheets, all the stamps, all the dies to be able to create that beautiful decoupage wreath there. And again, 20% saving for everybody. A lot of people going for the smaller bundles. I would say the majority of people, hearing the numbers of you checking out in my ear going through, are going for the full bundle where you get everything that I've just shown you with a saving of over £43, over $56. Platinum price, I think, is incredible. And I know, times are tight. You're obviously kind of choosing what you jump in and buy. That's why we let you go individually or go for the smaller bundles. But if you can stretch to it today, you have got a huge bundle here. Really, I think very different. Dare I say it? I know I've said this a lot recently. I think potentially one of my favourite launches we've done. I know he says it every week, but I really love this collection. It sort of clicked in my brain as well. I look at this and think, yeah, even someone just does a little bit like me, like a beginner, could really create something stunning with this. Not complicated, really easy to create the most beautiful cards, but then it's a collection that will grow with you as you become more confident. I think for that price today, you're onto a real winner with this. And also, it's not a collection that's going to go out of season. You're not going to use it like this Christmas and go, oh, I won't be able to use it in 2023. You'll use it forever, won't you? Of course.
Yeah, and again, coming up with different ways. I just want to give a shout out to our design team as well, because they come up time and time again with all these examples. We couldn't do the job without you guys. You do a fantastic job. I've just got 2 or 3 here that I've picked out. This one's by Rebecca. And again, look how cleverly she's used the decoupage. So she's got the words separately, and then the decoupage is on the front part of the card there. But how well does that work with that stepper card? Beautiful. So that was Joy. And I said earlier at the top of the show that you don't have to use them in conjunction with the words. So we've got Sandy's example here. Again, just using it with that diamond, the pillar card there, with the diamond on the front. No sign of the wording on there, but stunning piece of decoupage with the stamp sentiment again on there if you want to use them, stand alone. And then again, same with this one. This one was Leslie. And again, she's used her circle, nesting circles there to make that. Used that beautiful winter rose decoupage, added some of the stamped elements to it as well. No wording in sight. So they are standalone items as well as working in conjunction with the words. You saw that we did the one that had the shaped element here.
Yeah.
So that's the same decoupage as what we've used on here, with some additions from the stamped features as well. But how different. You wouldn't think that those were the same base idea, would you? No. Absolutely gorgeous. And then again, if I show you this one again, in fact both of these had the poinsettia on. So that was from the decoupage sheet with the the lovely red poinsettias, and then we've just translated it into pinks and turquoises just by using the stamp set and adding our own colour theme. So many different variations of a theme. But yeah, absolutely stunning samples. We can always tell when the design teams had fun with one of the collections because we get inundated with samples, and these are nonetheless. I love the decoupage that comes with this particular one. All right, so this is actually, I think, comes with the holly, and that bow on there is gorgeous. Really, but again, cute. You've got a perfect example of mixing and matching. It looks just as nice on that word snow there, just making it into an easel card. We're going to show you how to do this later on launch day. Absolutely beautiful.
So many lovely comments coming through. Sarah just saying, fabulous show. Thank you, Jan, for all your demos. And a few people just asking, Jan, what, including Jules, saying, what is the size, so what are the size of the dies? But basically, the question is, the question is, which is the smallest machine that you could use these in?
You would need the midi or the junior. Yes. They're too wide to go through the mini.
Yeah.
You could probably get away with cutting the decoupage individually. If you chopped it into individual pieces, might go through the little mini. But the actual words themselves, because of this tall width here, you're looking at 4 inches,
right.
Which is wider than the plates on the mini. So they will fit inside the midi, and obviously they'll go in your junior, and then anything up from there.
Brilliant. Great questions. And of course, you can ask more questions when we officially launch these later on. I think we've got an hour break before they officially launch. The stock is going to absolutely fly out the door. I've got in my hand here the Monday Burger Deal, which is our ultra smooth cardstock. in a different size.
This is what I mentioned earlier. Yeah, this is perfect for making those 6-inch square cards. Yeah, absolutely perfect. So our A4, whoever designed A4 cardstock to be 11 3/4 and a fly's eyelash, I don't know. Why wasn't it 12 inches long? There's obviously a reason for it, but I don't know that. But it really frustrates me that it's not quite 12 inches long. So what did Alianne do? She made it 12 by 6, of course.
Of course she did. And the Monday Mega Deal, not just a 25 pack for $15.98. No. You're getting it 3 times over. So 75 sheets for £15.98 platinum or $20.72. That is this evening's Monday Mega Deal. You can snap that up right now, or indeed during the show later on from 1 o'clock Eastern, available for 24 hours at that price or whilst stocks last.
Just sorry, I don't like interrupting you, Ben, but just to add to that, just very quickly, it's not scored either.
No.
So yes, you can score straight down the centre at 6 inches to make your 6-inch square, but it allows you, I think it was actually launched with our little trifold window cards. That meant that you could score it at 4 inches and 8 inches to make your trifold. So yeah, there's no score line in it, which I think is important, because once it's scored at 6 inches, that restricts what you can do with it, whereas just that whole piece of 12-inch, you can decide what you want to sort of score it into.
When did this launch then?
As I say, I think they came when we did the trifold, the little stamped trifold cards that folded in and this way. Yeah. Because the 12 inches scored at 4 inches and 8 inches gives you the 3 panels. Yeah. So earlier on this year, I think. Okay. Yeah, but invaluable. I've got that in my stash now, and it's the same cardstock as the all-purpose cardstock. So it's 300 GSM. It's quality cardstock. It's smooth. If you want to stamp straight onto the front of it, you can. Really useful addition, and the fact that we've got that on a 3-pack.
Yeah,
so awesome. Consumables again, isn't it?
That's it. Stock up whilst we've got it in stock. Just quickly before we announce, because I have got a result on the demo of the show. Totally Tiffany, the die and stamp storage power pack, was here on Saturday. 15 stamp pockets and 15 magnetic sheets in there, plus 15 adhesive labels as well, and of course the box to keep all of that in as well. So if it's kind of storage and getting organised is concerned, that is the way to go right there. $26.39 platinum or $30.39. We've also got more of those magnetic sheets available for you too, 5x7 in a 5-pack. So if you want to stock up on those, £3.99 platinum, $5.50. Hot dog. Right, we got a winner. It was close, I'm being told by Rachel, but then there was a few votes coming in, like late votes later on. Johnny and Georgia both voted, apparently. And one of them is going to be pleased.
Right.
The winner is, by quite a big margin in the end, number 4.
I would have voted number 4 purely because it's pink. You know me.
Yeah.
I love the turquoise and the pink together. Thank you, guys. We'll put that one forward to go for demo of the day later.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there's going to be some more fantastic demos coming your way in just a little while. We are just over an hour away from the official launch of that phenomenal collection. So if you have been taking in and watching the whole show and been getting ready to make your purchase, make sure you do it during the break, because I've got a feeling once the rest of the world wakes up sort of come 9 a.m, 6 a.m, it is going to be very, very busy indeed for that collection. So much love coming through. Jan, thank you so much, and you've got lots more fab demos lined up.
I can't wait to do the launch day, honestly. My aim in launch day, obviously, we'll go through the basics again. We'll start at the beginning for any benefit of anybody that hasn't been watching this morning, but I want to show you different ways of using them. We've got a lot more time to devote just to that one product. So yes, we're going to use the decoupage, yes, we're going to do the stamp sets, yes, we're actually going to look at creating a scrapbook page for something a bit different. We're going to look at making a shaker card with one of them. So yeah, lots of different ideas for you. That's part of my job, to show you what else you can do with them.
Yeah, and I think, as we've spoken about, as far as a versatile collection is concerned, it is one of the most versatile. So many elements which work beautifully together. together, and so many
mix
elements.
And matchability.
Mix and matchability, decoupage ability.
Lots of abilities.
Lots of abilities today. Really are. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got stuff in your baskets, now is the time to be checking out. And if you're still making your mind up, then make sure you do so over the course of the next hour or so. If you have just joined us, of course, don't forget you can catch up on everything, rewatch the show back on Facebook or indeed on YouTube, and you can hit the Shop the Day button on our website as well, where you'll be able to see not only all of the deals coming up on launch day in an hour's time, but also all of the deals coming your way a little bit later on Monday Makers. We've got some great deals there, up to 20% off, best ever prices as well on the lattice folding die collection, plus of course that Monday mega deal for you as well, which is actually a buy two get one free. Also worth bearing in mind that if you are getting any of the items here, you're going to need some of that 3D chunky glue, or indeed the foam pads, which are also on the Shop the Day, so make sure you pop those into your baskets. Thanks to the team, thanks to Jan. We are going to go and have a little bit of lunch, and we'll be back for the official launch of that collection in an hour's time. Bye for now.